IR. IR spectroscopy uses infrared radiation to excite molecules, giving a spectra of the energy absorbed by the molecule. This gives an idea as to what functional groups the compound might contain and can be used with other analytical methods to formulate a molecular structure for the compound. In order to do an IR spectra, the pressure pin is unscrewed by turning it to the left. Underneath, there is a black disc that protects the sample holder from scratches and possible contamination. The arm is moved away from the sample holder to increase the accessibility to the plate. The program Omnic, found on the computer desktop, is opened and the button Collect Background is pressed. The instrument then proceeds to collect a series of samples in order to get the most accurate depiction of the background. During the background collection, no sample is on the plate. When the sample collection has finished, a window opens asking if this sample should be added to the window. Press No, as it should not. The arm is screwed off once again, and the chemical to be analyzed placed on the sample holder. It's important that the sample be dry and in powder form. Enough of the chemical must be placed onto the plate so that it covers the small hole where the infrared ray will be emitted. When the sample has been placed on the plate, the arm is moved back over and the pressure pin screwed to the right. Once it starts clicking and revolving around itself, it's reached the correct position. When the sample has been set in place, analysis can commence. Omnic first asks you to name your sample and accept. The collection of a series of samples then restarts. This is done in order to increase accuracy. Here, 64 samples are being collected, but the amount can be lowered in favor of speed. Usually around 32 samples are collected. After this process is finished, we add the spectra to a new window by selecting Yes. Then our spectra appears. In order for the spectra to be analyzed, values must be given to peaks representing functional groups. This is done by selecting Find Peaks. The computer will then mark all peaks below a certain line. This line can be raised or lowered to include all peaks you find important. The button Replace is then pressed and the peaks will get saved onto the spectra. IR spectras can be split into two significant regions: the fingerprint region and the functional region. The functional region is where the analysis of the compound takes place. The computer also allows for a comparison of the analyte against chemical databases worldwide, which is helpful when working with an unknown compound. The tab Analyze is selected from the drop-down and Library Setup is chosen. There are various databanks available that can be selected. Here, all are chosen, and the process started by pressing Search. Similarities can be seen between the sample and other chemicals that have been recorded in these databases. After analysis, the instrument must be cleaned. The pressure pin is removed off and the arm moved to the side. First, the sample must be removed. This is done with either a tissue or a brush. Deionized water is then used to wet the sample and dissolve some of it, making it easier to wipe off with the tissues. The tissues provided are softer than regular paper towels and decrease the chances of the sample holder getting scratched or damaged. Both the plate and the pressure pin must be cleaned as the arm comes into contact with the compound as well. When clean, the black disc is placed above the sample holder in the plate and the pressure pin lowered down again.